So today we are looking at fundamental analysis, looking at all the economics analysis on how to decide or how to evaluate whether the market or whether prices of a currency should be heading higher or whether prices should be heading lower. Looking at only 7 news items, I've filtered it down to only 7 news items for you to pay attention to. Okay, I want to keep this very short and simple and easy to follow so that you can do it and so that you will do it over and over and over again. So, what is fundamental analysis? Fundamental analysis, or we will say economic analysis, is a study of a country's economic policy, study of a country's economic data, and study of a country's economic news. All right. This is important. This is important because it actually indicates the health and performance of the country's economy. It affects the supply and demand of the currency of the country. So imagine this, a country with a strong economy, right? With many reasons telling you why it's a strong economy. We'll come to that. It increases the demand for a currency. More people are willing to invest in a country with a strong economy. So as they invest into that country, they're going to demand more of that currency. This higher demand will lead to an appreciation or an increase in the currency value or an increase in the currency price. So this is actually really important to understand that although the charts can tell you what prices are, the charts can tell you the likelihood of where prices could move, the fundamental analysis or the economic analysis actually can tell you the short, medium, and longer term directions of where prices could and should be heading. Okay, take note, it is could and should because there are times where fundamentals could lag behind prices, but you will see that it does correct itself back into the overall market direction where it should be heading towards. Okay, so this is important. How do you use fundamental analysis? How do you use this economic data? Changes in these data can influence the short, medium, and long-term value of a currency. How do these changes in data influence it? If it's not such a strong data, it could have a short-term spike upwards or a short-term drop downwards before resuming back to its overall move. If it's a big news item that has changed something fundamentally in the economy, this could lead to a longer-term change in the overall value of the currency. So with that, you want to also pay attention to the 4 main components when you're looking at any economic data. 1, really knowing and understanding what it measures. We'll go through that. 2, understand what the data was from the previous period. And when I say period, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a quarter, or it could be a year. Right? So understanding what the data was from the previous period. Then knowing what is being forecasted by market analysts. Every time you see a news, you're going to see the previous news, the previous data, and the forecasted data. And then as the time approaches, you will see the actual data being released. So putting that 4 components together, you're going to have to understand what it measures, what was the previous data, what was forecasted, and what actually was released. Those 4 components put together will actually tell you the short, medium, and long-term value of a currency.